Hey Anthony, I've got your first draft of your design done for you. One thing I want to point out here, I originally intended for the front porch to have this ramp going to be flush off of this top step and then regraded down to meet the driveway here. This was going to be just a regular walkway going up to these steps. So it would be a pretty steep regrading down to this point. Maybe have this go up to the second step. The point being was I wanted this to be a handicap ramp. One thing this program does not do well is terrain mapping, where I'd be able to have just a regrading of this area here going up as a handicap ramp up to the stoop. So as much as I want to show it to you, I tried it for an hour and a half and it just keeps coming out god awful. So just keep that in mind, that I'm thinking this path should start up here and then work its way down. It'll require a lot of regrading of the front lawn, but you don't have to do the entire front lawn. It only has to be probably like, 3 feet to the side this way and maybe 3 or 4 feet to the side this way, and regrade down. Or you only do that when the time is needed and he's really in a wheelchair and you need to have that wheelchair accessibility. You could also, instead of regrading the front lawn, just have a handicap ramp come down from this side, get rid of the stairs, have a handicap ramp come down the side and stop at the edge of the driveway here. So it's just a matter of which way you want to approach it. I added the 2 gables, the vertical board and batten, and the black window frames and sashes and casings. 1 gable over the garage. And then we didn't really discuss the deck on the back. I wasn't sure if that was going to remain or we were taking that off. So that'll be on the next revision. And then I have the cellar entry where you have the bill code door and stairs right now. It just seemed to be a given that's where you were going to put it. So this is the way the rear of the house looks right now. And keep in mind, first draft, still have some tweaking to do to this. Then let's go to the floor plan. A couple of minor things I changed. Let me just make a minor change here. There should be a door here for this linen closet. Okay, so couple of things I did. I tried to save as much walls as possible compared to what you had on the proposed plan and what is there existing. You had originally, I think this was pushed forward or back or something, and it didn't line up with any. There was no existing walls to remain that were part of the original structure, and this is the line where the existing ceiling joists go front to back and overlap over this existing wall. Obviously, we want to take this out to open up the room, so this is going to be a large microlam or a flitch plate or a steel beam going across, but I needed to have something. I couldn't just have it clear across the entire house going to this point. So there'll be a beam in the ceiling here, beam in the ceiling here. Made this a little bit different than your floor plan. I also changed a couple of doors where I thought it was required. You had swing out doors here. I felt they'd conflict with the swing of the front entry door. Same thing over here. I made a minor change. You had double doors, I think, going into this walk-in closet. I changed it to a single. I moved this down a little bit and shrunk the laundry room front to back. I added this folding counter because I wanted there to be more space on the on this wall here. So bringing this down created more wall space because the oven was on a very short wall. The oven originally was shoved into the corner, and all this space back here in the back corner of the base cabinet was landlocked. There was no access to it, so it would have been completely dead space. So I'll show you what the kitchen looks like in a sec. I changed this to a study, and everything else I believe is the same as your layout, your proposed floor plan. And like I said, I just added this linen closet for this bathroom. I'm sure there's a couple of things that we're going to tweak on this. So as far as the interior, okay, so this is the interior. This is what I'm thinking your kitchen is going to wind up looking like. Now you can decide if you want to have the microwave above the stove. I don't know why I use this particular stove because I don't like having the back panel. I usually like to have it flush against the wall. But some people like to have the the microwave built into the base counter on the island. So it would be right here. I personally, and this is the newer way of doing it, I personally like having it above the stove because you also have the ventilation fans underneath. And also I like having the numbers at eye level for the controls. I don't like putting it down here and then you got to bend over and look to see where you're putting it in and out and bend over to punch the numbers in. So I'm not a fan of the new way of doing it, and I think more about my back hurting me all the time. So that's the way I was looking at it. So this is the preliminary layout for the kitchen. And then this is the, I didn't see the two different types of floor material. That will really drive me crazy if I don't fix that. Okay. And then this is going into the living room. Whoop. Big screen TV mounted on the wall. L-shaped sofa, armchair in the corner. And I didn't do any modeling of the bathrooms. I didn't think it was necessary. Usually I just concentrate on the kitchen. And then if I was to show you what the kitchen would look like with a little bit better rendering. Okay, so this is the computer rendering with a little bit better settings. It just takes a minute for it to develop. And then I also have one more rendering, and it's on the website as a still rendering. This is a rendering from the opposite side, on the garage side of the wall. Okay, and this is the rendering from the other side by the garage entry door. All right, so let me know what you want me to tweak. I see a couple of things that I already need to fix, but they're really just rendering issues. And give me some feedback, and we'll make the next round of changes. Probably wait till after we get your survey to make the next round of changes for the design. I also have, let's see, floor plan, renderings, and rendered elevations that you can look at. All right, and let me know about that deck, what we were doing with that deck on the back of the house. And also, obviously, let me know if I missed anything. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great weekend.